The city of Denver may go after a suspect accused of killing a protester. The security company and 9 News.
That shooting took the life of a business owner with Colorado roots. Good evening. I'm Jim Benneman.
And I'm Tori Mason. Karen Lee is off tonight. The arrest affidavit is sealed, but we've learned more about the suspect. Matthew Dolloff, he's in a Denver jail, being held for investigation of first-degree murder. We were there during his arrest Saturday. The shooting happened as 2 opposing rallies wrapped up in downtown Denver. Dolloff was working as a security guard for 9 News. The security company Pinkerton says Dolloff was a contractor.
Individual security guard has to be licensed, and if you are an armed security officer, you must also have the endorsement of the Department of Safety. And we do know that this individual didn't have either of those endorsements or licenses in place. So the lack of credentials really is concerning to us.
Late today, Denver city attorney said, quote, there could be civil or criminal actions taken, or both, against Mr. Dolloff, Pinkerton, 9 News, and or any other entity that hired and deployed Dolloff in an unlicensed security guard capacity.
We do know the shooting suspect did have a permit to carry a concealed weapon.
CBS 4 investigator Brian Moss has been looking into this part of his background. Brian?
Tori, since Dolloff lives in Elbert County, that's where he got a concealed weapons permit more than 2 years ago. But now the Elbert County Sheriff is moving to take that permit away. Elbert County Sheriff Tim Norton says in obtaining a permit to carry a gun, Dolloff, who lives in Elbert County, complied with all applicable laws and regulations.
He did the CBI background check, he paid his fees, everything came back clear, and he was issued a CCW permit June of 2018.
Although that permit is good for 5 years, Norton said that given the events of this past weekend, he has moved to revoke that permit.
I have suspended it until the outcome of his criminal case, and he will not be able to carry a concealed weapon in the state of Colorado.
Dolloff had listed his occupation as security earlier this year when we found he made a series of small campaign contributions to presidential candidate Bernie Sanders. The Denver Sheriff's Department says that Dolloff is declining all interview requests, including ours. Reporting live, I'm Brian Moss, covering Colorado First.
Thank you, Brian. Our Jacqueline Quinn joins us now. And Jacqueline, you talked with a security guard expert about this case.
And he actually runs his own security firm, so he's responsible for training other security guards. And he talked to us about how to become one and what's required to set up a detail.
I am definitely wondering why this happened and how this happened.
Shane Ammerman runs HCCI Professional Protective Services. He has a lot of questions about the shooting following the protests over the weekend. One of them over the lack of identifying badges or logos.
So as a company like HCCI Professional Protective Services engaging in only armed protective services to our clients, we cannot have our guards with an all-time plainclothes certification.
He told us his plainclothes security details require explicit approval from the city.
I need a minimum of 72 hours and typically up to 2 weeks.
The process requires less time if the guard wears approved uniforms. Now, the city mandates 16 hours of training. Ammerman says he requires more than that.
We try to explain how an individual can escalate and de-escalate a situation, and a lot of your own posture can have to do with that. So we train our guards not to stand around with their hand on their gun.
Along with proof of hire, physical, mental, and background checks are also required. Additional requests are needed for guards to carry a gun and to wear plain clothes. According to 9 News, Matthew Dolloff was contracted through the security company Pinkerton. However, the Denver Department of Excise and Licenses said Dolloff does not have an active security guard license.
That's going to fall back on the security company to determine if the individual applying is qualified or not.
With over 100 companies that train security guards in Denver, Ammerman hopes this incident will encourage some to raise their standards. And Ammerman says he prefers not to contract with private contractors, that is, because they have to have their own liability insurance, and that often can take longer. In Denver, I'm Jacqueline Quinn, covering Colorado First.
The man who died in the shooting, 49-year-old Lee Keltner, a business owner. Organizers with the self-described Patriot group say he was there for their demonstration. There had been a memorial for Keltner at the site of that shooting near the Denver Art Museum. We'll, of course, continue to follow this major story on CBSN Denver. Look for us 24 hours a day on our free streaming news service.